What's up folks, my name is Felix. Welcome back to today's video where I will give you my 5 points why I believe 95% of the people who are investing in projects in this little niche, in this DeFi high ROI space are losing and get washed out in the end. Without further ado, we want to get right into it and I want to show you the first point where I believe most of the people are losing in this space. So passive income isn't equal to passive income. Even if a lot of people, and me especially, tell you that there are a lot of passive income opportunities in this market, you still have to monitor these projects. You still have to be active in the communities. You still have to follow these announcements. Because if you get left behind in terms of information, if you don't collect all the information a project gives you, you don't know what's happening in the background. Most of the time you will be left behind. You will be the one who got the information at the end. You will be one of the people who is getting in the groups and saying, oh guys, I invested 2 weeks ago and where are the funds? Why is the contract balance at zero? Yeah, the rules were clear in the beginning, but you didn't pay attention what was happening in the background, what they announced, which things changed. So if you are not able to stay up to date what's happening in a project, don't invest, because passive income is not passive income. Second point, greed and FOMO. Most of the people wait way too long until they take profits or until they get out of a project. For example, in my case, I got out of Wolf Capital right at the exact time. I got out of PGB right at the exact time. I got out of Rely Fund right at the exact time. And I got out of Stable Fund right before it crashed. This has a reason, guys. This is not just luck if you have a streak of very similar projects and you always get the right timing in these projects. Of course, I have wrong calls as well, but the thing is, you have to get a feeling for the sentiment. When do people get greedy? When do the masses get in? And when do things in the project change? Because in the end, when we are already at 7, 8, 10 green candles and the chart is pumping or the project is doing well, then it's very likely that we're heading straight to a cycle top, a project cycle top. And you want to always get out before. Don't stick to a project, because in the end, those developers, those founders won't pay you back your capital. So take your profits with discipline, continuously on the way up. Otherwise, you will be one of those FOMO guys, of those greedy guys, so one of those 95%. This leads us to the third point. The people have no sense of the sentiment in a project. This point is very similar to my first point. So passive income is not passive income. You have to stick to the announcements. You have to listen what the project developer is saying, what the community does, because there are two major things you have to take a look at. That's the devs, or the founder of a project, and the community. And if one doesn't work out, if the community turns their back on a project, the project goes down in a nutshell. It's like this, and the project is gone. Because without a community in the crypto space, a project is nothing. And it's not only in the project, it's also in the market. Take a look, for example, which treasury investment a project is doing. So if a project is investing in 10 other projects and 5 of these projects where the treasury is invested in are going down for whatever reason, you want to know that. You want to observe the market. You want to see what's going on. Otherwise, there is again a lack of information, and a lack of information most likely leads to losing capital. The last point I wanted to talk about, which is also very, very important, is the bankroll. These people have no bankroll. Most of the time, these people win in a project, then, for example, they lose, and after they lost, they, for example, jump in a new one and they have a complete different bankroll, even if the project is very similar, or most likely it is even more risky. And then in the first project, they invested, for example, $1,000 and then they go with 2,000 or 2,500 in the new project, and they want to get back what they lost in the previous project. And that most of the time also leads to losing capital. Yeah, you can be lucky for a few times, but it will show in the long run. A winning streak in this case, that your profits in 5 projects in a row doesn't show that you are a good investor and have a good feeling. It's the mid and long term. So you want to prove over and over that you have a sense for the sentiment, that you have bankroll management, and that you know that passive income is not passive income. So that should already do it for this video. I hope that gave you a better view, a better insight on what I think is most important in this space, to not be one of those 95%. No, you want to be one of these 5% who know the market, who know what to do, who have discipline and stick to their own rules. Whatever a project says, whatever a community says, in the end, it's your capital and you are doing the decisions if you want to get in and when you want to get out. So you are the only one who is responsible in the end. If you don't want to miss future videos on such kind of topics, or also on promising DeFi projects which I release almost on a daily basis here on this channel, you might want to subscribe and click that notification bell. If you like today's video, it would be great if you can hit the like button. Thanks for watching and let's get this crypto.